up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red. Can't let that shit down in my head, wargaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
What's going on, lads and ladettes?
And of course, we have Churchy.
I'm in the void, and we got Rory eating pizza, and we got Jaws on the couch.
Jaws is just, this is a shark hanging out.
Yeah, his name's not actually Jaws Churchy, it's Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, so the Jaws was the movie. The shark's name was not Jaws. They didn't know it at that time. Yeah, it was a mystery revealed to them later.
Today, we are...
Yeah,
sometimes
what
we
are
plan
we, Shane?
things, right? Sometimes we plan things.
Okay.
Sometimes people suggest things in the Discord which happen to line up with our plans.
Yeah, you're right. That actually happens a lot. It's like we will it into existence by thinking of it.
Yeah.
So I like
It's
to think
a hive mind, sort of.
we're maybe more powerful than we realize.
We're doing Game Jam 2.
Oh, hang on. This is different to what I had. I thought we were talking about chickens and whatever Churchy was talking about earlier.
Did you call him Shane?
Whatever Shane was talking about.
Did you call
I don't know. I'm still learning your names.
It's hard to know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It just changes all the time. Every week, you
Oh my
guys are
God.
someone else. I don't even know. We're doing game.
You'll get it eventually, Shane.
Thanks, George.
Here I'm just being frank.
Well, you don't have to be frank. You
guys.
can be a bit loose with it.
Game Jam 2.
That's right. Electric Boogaloo.
Before we start.
Okay.
Now, Fox, I look at you
Well,
and I
that's,
think
okay.
you are probably one of the guys that I know
Hang on. I just want to...
that are with it. With it.
Okay, cool.
Right, with
I was like,
it.
if you're going to break me down, today's not the day, Shane. If you're going to build me up, let's keep the ride going. I just haven't finished my coffee is all I'm saying.
You're
But this
with-
sounds good. I
you're
like where
with
this...
it,
Okay,
right?
sure. I'm hip.
You're groovy.
I've got
right?
2 hips.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I was hanging out with my 8-year-old nephew the other day, playing some Rocket League.
Yeah, of course.
Right. He's good. He's good, right? It's Rocket League.
Yeah.
I'm not good at Rocket League. He's good at Rocket League.
Yeah.
He equated that as me not being good at any video games.
Wow.
I know, the audacity, dude.
You know, we need to feed the shark more because I saw in Free Will. By the way, for those listening, there's a shark that is randomly crossing the camera.
Yeah.
On the YouTube, so go check that out.
Check out YouTube.
told you,
But its
George.
fin is its fin is kind of wobbly, so I'm like, it's in captivity. You can tell.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite sad.
Yeah.
It's nibbling on Shane's arm. So-
Anyway, right.
So that's brutal because they don't understand that you could destroy them.
Oh, in any other game.
Yeah.
Any other. But he used a term which I didn't understand.
Okay.
Right. Now, he said goated.
Oh yeah.
I thought he said get something that starts with T but rhymes with goated. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine an 8-year-old saying that.
Sure. I don't know what you think he said. Starts with T.
Yeah.
Rhymes with goated.
Yeah. TH, goated.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was caught off guard.
Right.
And I'm like, hang on, wait, what did you just say?
So he said
Get goated.
get goated.
But it sounded like get
Right.
something else. Yeah.
Is the question what is goated?
What is goated?
Yeah, sure. So if he said get goated,
Yeah.
he's saying that you got beat by the goat.
Ah.
He's the goat,
He's-
greatest of all time.
He's the goat.
Yeah, you got goated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not throated.
Yeah, well, I was like, why are you blurring it? Why are you beeping it? Yeah, imagine
Censored.
though.
I gotta wait at least a couple of minutes because YouTube will not like it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We've got like a 2-minute thing. Where
Something
it's like,
I don't even know
Yeah, I don't
anymore,
know.
dude.
Who knows? YouTube is a hive mind of its own.
Yeah, it is. It's a
But yeah,
strange beast.
so you got goated.
Got
by the kid,
goated by an 8-year-old.
which is funny because he's a kid. So you actually got goated.
Yeah.
Did he
Get it?
Fortnite dance?
Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't do that.
No, he's too. He's
goodness.
8. He's too old for that.
Otherwise, it'd be a
yeah. Oh, what, Shane?
nothing.
Nothing. Legally, nothing.
Legally nothing. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for explaining that one to me.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank
It's
you.
been bugging me because I've been trying to think of what it says.
Anyone who speak Japanese?
Like, I know what it says, but
What
I
does
don't
it
know what it
say,
means. It says, uneri. But what does that mean?
Unagi.
Unagi. But I don't know what that means.
I don't even know.
So it's got hills, but then the car on the back. Winding? Maybe winding.
Winding. You think it says winding?
I don't know. Someone look it up. Let us know in the YouTube comments.
Please.
This isn't about goated kids
No.
or Japanese hills. Unless
Unless.
it contains both of those. Because what we're going to do is design a game. Start to finish.
Yep.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Tabletop game. That's the premise. So when we did this last time, we came up with a really cool sci-fi game. I forget everything about it except that it had a cool theme.
It had space battles. It had skirmish battles and large scale battles.
Sure.
It was like everything. It was like each step of a planetary invasion is what I remember.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's just do that again. But I think what we did last time was we made it so big, it was like, oh, let's have everything that we've ever wanted in a game.
Yeah.
There was no way we would ever be able to actually build this game.
No, it was more about a thought exercise.
Yeah, it was. Exercise our brain. I thought it would be cool to make a game that maybe we could actually prototype and get on the table.
Sounds good
So
to me.
keep something achievable.
Yeah.
Whether we achieve it or not, I mean, it's
It's a different story.
a completely different story.
Yeah. All right.
So,
So we did sci-fi last time.
okay.
I'm thinking something different.
Wow.
I know.
I mean, that's
left
out of
field.
left field, dude.
Yeah.
You can't throw stuff like that after the episode started. I need to prepare. I need to let that simmer. You're
right.
saying something other than what else is there?
Fantasy
Okay, cool.
or
Or
alternate history or
like historical. Historical, I feel like has been done. Historically, it's been done.
History has been done.
It's
yes.
happened.
It's all yes.
So I don't think we need to rehash that.
So historicals are so yesterday.
Yeah, or the day before, or
Yeah.
a few days before that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what it is. Why would we make a game about something that's already happened?
True.
So, I like fantasy, or would you say alternate some bullshit? I wasn't really listening.
I know. I know.
I know.
Fantasy or like alternate reality or something.
Okay, I'm interested actually at alternate reality / alternate history. Something that's different. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Or fantasy.
Or fantasy.
I like the
You
idea
need
of
to
staying
pick
away
one.
from-
Churchy, you can pick
Yeah,
one.
you pick for us. Yeah, you can be the decider, the coin flip. It's between fantasy or alternate history.
Let's go alternate history.
God, seems like a more difficult one.
I knew it.
Now I realize how much I didn't want that.
Let's go
But
fantasy.
let's go fantasy. Yeah. I mean, you decided, just not in the way you thought you would.
Exactly. You decided which one we weren't doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's like how they say you should flip a coin on every decision, because if it gets the result you really don't want,
Yeah.
then you know.
You know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Churchy's
Yeah.
our coin, and we
Yeah.
flipped him.
We're like, no, don't want that.
All right, so fantasy. Now, what? So we talked about a little bit on the last episode, the last time we did this, which was like way back at the start of season 4, I think.
Yeah, 4 or 3.
Yeah, late 3, early 4. I don't
Yeah.
know. Time is a circle.
Time is a construct.
It is kind of, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it existed.
Yep.
Anyway, that's the episode. So we talked about what is a good tabletop. What makes a good game?
Yeah.
Or was that a completely different episode? We definitely discussed it again.
We did.
On that episode. And one thing we settled on was that needs to have good, you need to make choices that actually impact the game. Those choices need to also be embedded in the theme. So we need to make sure we do that with this. But let's start with the theme so that we can make sure we do that.
Yep.
Fantasy theme that hasn't been done and that is fresh. Go.
Impossible, dude.
Go.
It's impossible. Everything's been done.
Okay.
It's up to us to make a different spin on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do Lord of the Jewelry.
Can't do that.
No. King of the Rings.
I like it.
Okay, so what I really like are animals. How do we make that work that's not burrows and badgers?
Well, they don't have to be anthropomorphic.
Sure.
They could be
Regular old animals.
regular animals.
Okay.
Could be this doesn't work. This doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Okay.
Fantasy, dude. It doesn't work.
All
Animals
right.
don't work.
All right, so if it's fantasy animals, then all I'm thinking is how do we make Viva Pinata the tabletop game?
Stop bringing your favorite video game
Okay.
into tabletop games.
All right. We can't make it work, can we?
No.
What about we're doing fantasy. We're doing a different take. You talked about a game that you had kind of made or thought about making or done the lore on where everything was dead.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
That was the world I'd made for my 5 Leagues campaign.
Yeah.
It was like, the living and the dead had swapped.
Yes.
So everything that was dead was now alive. And everything that was alive is now dead, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
How did they swap in your mind? How did that happen? There was some cataclysmic event.
Yeah, it could have been like a necromancer or something, like who has sort of studied his entire life and found this like tome that's like just has like this spell that just ends the world or something.
Okay. It flips it
Flips it.
and reverses it.
Yeah, Missy Elliott.
Missy
that
Elliott.
shit.
That's what I was thinking. All right. So this is codename Missy Elliott.
Yep.
That's what this game is called.
Game Jam 2, Missy Elliott.
And I
like
like the idea
I'll
of
run that down.
Well, yeah, good. Good. He's taking notes.
Underline
What's
it
your
too.
plan with these notes?
I don't know. Read them back later.
Yeah, okay. Good.
and then throw it in the bin.
Stay tuned for that. It's going to be riveting content.
Oh, yeah.
As he reads back
Got
our
2 lines
fantasy.
so far. One's the title.
Yeah, and the other's fantasy. So, okay, let's go with that. I like that as an idea. So everything that was
Okay.
dead
Yep.
has now risen,
Yep.
and everything that was alive is now dead.
Yep. Why is
So, pardon?
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, all right. And there are different factions you were saying. Well, what are they fighting over?
I guess it depends on, like, are they fighting over who is now going to rule this different world?
Yeah.
Are they going to
Oh.
be fighting?
Something I remember you said, about your thing is that they don't actually know that they were dead, a lot of them, and they're actually reliving the rivalries they had from the times that they were alive.
Yeah, because like all these soldiers that have been killed, like, centuries before, are now alive again, and they're still waging those wars that they were fighting eons ago.
That's cool. So you've sort of probably got a mixture because I imagine the dead are people creatures, whatever,
Yep.
from hundreds of years. And so they're all probably raising up and fighting different fights from different times.
Yep.
And being like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
What year are you from? And they're like, oh,
Well, 1402.
I'm from 508. That's weird. Anyways.
AD or BC? Like, what?
What? There's an AD?
One's got rocks, the other one's got swords.
Yeah. Well, I like it already. Okay, cool. All right. So we've got our theme.
Yep.
Some sort of weird fantasy. Are there some necromantic type, like people, you know how you said someone read a tome and flipped it?
Yeah.
Was that like a cult, a council? Maybe there's a heap of them.
Yeah.
And they're now trying to claim ownership over these factions, these groups.
I could definitely see a cult doing this, like a group of necromancers that have been studying for, different ones come and go, right? Like,
Yep.
there's new recruits and then they work their way up through the ranks. And then, so it could have been something that's been happening for, centuries, like this cult.
Yeah, so maybe it didn't all happen at once. Maybe it's a slow thing. Like they killed everyone.
Yep.
Now they're slowly bringing
them
people back.
Yeah.
So maybe you take on the role of one of these cult members
Yep.
who has their own little squad of people.
So you're basically building like your little army or your little warband.
Yeah.
You're picking and choosing who you raise to fight
From
for
different timelines even.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like you said, there's actually more primitive people from earlier times that are quite ill-equipped but stronger. They relied less on
tools and weapons
and more on brute strength. So they're stronger, tougher, but they've got no armor or whatever.
Yeah.
And so how you build your list of these things is actually by picking people out of different timelines that have different traits or whatever.
Nice. I like it. Are we looking at this going to be a skirmish game?
I think that's easier. And I think that kind of allows for more cool, like, more importance of the individual choice of who you're summoning.
Yeah.
So maybe you've got a pool of summoning power.
Yeah.
And it's easy to pull out weak little individuals, but more difficult to resummon lords or iconic figures or whatever.
Yeah. So like the power or the status of the individual when they died almost acts like the costing of the spell, like how much energy or mana or psychic power has to go into actually raising them. Yeah.
I think almost how much renown they had while they were here on Earth, and how much their reach was as an individual is how difficult or easy they are to summon.
Yeah.
If it's a lowly peasant that was given a sickle and sent into war, well, you could just blink and he out of the ground. I also, maybe like a skirmish. It feels like it lends well to be a campaign-driven skirmish where, a lot of like Kill Team or whatever, where match to match, your individuals, maybe they don't get stronger. Maybe they do get stronger. But maybe your summoner gets stronger.
So like a campaign kind of, you level up and your pool, your energy, your powers grows from different missions.
And maybe so maybe your people don't actually get better because they're quite expendable, but your power and your spells get better. So therefore you can summon better, stronger individuals. Nice. But also maybe you start to unlock abilities that can influence, like you kind of buff up your zombified people. Like use like little, almost trying to think of existing games that have that kind of, I play this and things are better for this time. It feels a little bit like stratagems in 40k. Where you use these little buffs where it's like
this turn.
This guy is tougher for this turn or for the rest of the game or whatever.
So do you think it's going to be each player has their necromancer and you're raising different soldiers from different timelines, different classes, whether they're, stock standard line troops, Roman legionnaires, or like, medieval knights if you have more power.
It's interesting because you could still do this historically. This could be like what we're talking about, what Churchy suggested.
Alternate
history.
So we're circling right back.
We've got full circle. Where someone in this day and age, Brendan Fraser-esque, has discovered some tome. And you could do it so that we're, bringing back cavemen or Ashigaru or World War I soldiers. I think I like fantasy better though. It feels like it lends easier in a tabletop game maybe to bring out those cool half-dead things, creatures. Maybe that's another thing you can do is bring out not just humans from this fantasy world, but ghouls or other creatures that have died.
So like dire wolves and undead stuff.
Maybe that's either a different skill or maybe when you pick your cult leader, your necromancer, they all have different types of, or a different pool of things they can bring back.
So like one necromancer might specialize in raising animals. Another one will specialize in like
animals. We did it.
We got there. Nice. Undead animals.
So maybe one's bringing back werewolves and ghouls and one's bringing back like chipmunks and foxes.
I don't know what I'd be more terrified of.
Undead chipmunks. 200 of them.
Yeah.
Angry. ferocious, confused.
Absolutely confused.
Very confused.
Nothing would be less confused than an undead chipmunk.
And you have no control over them on the tabletop.
Oh, no.
They're all just like random rolls. It's like a D10 for everyone to see what happens. They're just all scattering and fighting each other. And that to me is the perfect tabletop game.
That sounds like fun.
200 crazed squirrels.
Good luck painting all them.
Yeah.
Sure, they'd be on like multi-bases, right?
Individually based, 15 millimeter.
15 mil.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking where it's going.
I guess that's another thing to talk about too. Scale, right? 28 mil is the stock standard.
Yeah. Well, what I like about all these, what would you call these games where they basically, here's the rules, you sort out the actual playing of you sort out the miniatures yourself.
Miniature agnostic.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
fair.
those because you can sort of just be like, whatever scale works for you.
And there's like, it's quite easy to actually like swap between. Like, I think most people, if they go down to 15 mil, they change the inches to centimeters.
Yeah, exactly.
I think is the common thing.
And then you just print all the stuff or buy 15 millimeter fantasy.
I've never
stuff.
seen 15 mil models on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Except for like maybe a Flames of War
Oh yeah, of course.
thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I know.
There you go.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean though. It's like
Yeah.
super, like a whole. It has to be a big game system designed purely around that scale.
Yep.
That's popular enough to be stocked on shelves. And the only reason Flames of War is 15 millimeter is because of their vehicle focus.
Yeah.
And like you can't 28 mil vehicles. They want to have a lot of vehicles.
Yep.
You know, that's the only reason. So
Yep.
yeah, it's you wouldn't find it.
No.
So I mean, if we had to pick a scale, I'd say 28 mil, just so that everyone already, because it's miniature agnostic.
Yeah,
would give
yeah.
people the most. But yeah, I think it's an easy convert, like you said.
True. Nice. Okay, so we've got necromancers with different. What would you call it? Like a school of necromancy?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Different schools.
Nice.
Some went to Harvard, some went to Yale, some went to Brown.
It's in The Simpsons, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
And Lisa was like not getting it, like worried about what uni she was going to get into, and it was just like, it's like this echoing voice in her head. It's like Brown. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're telling the story, man.
I don't know, dude.
Or like, did they go to community college? In which case, they're very bad at or maybe they're good at necromancy.
Maybe they're diamonds in the rough.
Maybe. Yeah, I like also starting as like a really bad necromancer. Like at most, you can summon maybe 3 or 4 things, and they're all garbage.
Yeah.
And building your way up from that.
So what would you say our schools of necromancy are? So
Ooh.
we've got animals, right?
Okay, so like beastery or something.
Bestiality.
Bestiality. That's sorry, I couldn't remember the word. Yeah, bestiality. Fish. Sorry, I saw the shark, and I was like, fish are schools.
Undead sharks would be pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of limited in their application for, territorial combat, but terrifying.
Absolutely.
Absolutely terrifying, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe. So, did you actually write bestiality?
No.
What'd you write?
I don't know.
You wrote, I don't think you know what it is. So, you wrote beast, and then there's a bunch of letters after that, but I don't know if they're words.
Would you not be more concerned if I knew how to spell it?
I don't know I don't know how I feel about the whole situation.
Oh, that's probably right.
No, you did. You spelt it correctly. So I am worried. All right, yeah. So
we've got beasts.
beasts.
Yep.
So beasts. What would someone that's good at like an elite, bringing up elitists.
Like summoning royalty, people of high status.
Yeah.
Like regal nerd.
Yeah. But you can write regal, and we'll figure out what the term
Placeholder.
is.
That's a placeholder.
A lot
That's
of
the beauty about game jams is everything's a placeholder.
Yeah, for a
whole
better game.
game's a placeholder.
Yeah. We can change the theme, the mechanics,
Yeah.
the scale, everything.
Yep.
Yeah, so so someone that's good at bringing up a few strong, like really targeted
Yeah. Like nobles.
summoning.
And the like.
Yeah. And I
Yep.
don't know why or how that fits into the theme, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
And then the flip side of that is someone who isn't very targeted. Ooh, I like someone who has tables and they don't know what they're summoning.
Oh, so it's just pure chaos.
It's pure chaos. Now, they're usually around the same skill, but you don't know, am I summoning 2 unarmed peasants or am I summoning one person with a hammer, a blacksmith or whatever?
So, okay, so you're talking about someone, so they have one particular school, so they only ever summon people. But it's purely random.
It's purely random.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So they can pick maybe which, like based on their summoning power, that they can focus their power and say, I want one really strong thing from this table, but I don't know what it's going to be specifically. They're not very like targeted.
Yeah.
They can't be like, I'm summoning this specific thing.
You could call that one chaotic.
Yes.
Yep.
Chaotic.
I like the idea of a so we've got 3 so far. I like the idea of one that summons like just abominations, like so they like summon creatures that are just like
a patchwork of
messed up.
Yeah,
like inside out.
Yep.
Or like fused with something else.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep. What would you call that? A beast? Yeah. Yeah, write that down. Abomination. Yeah, that's cool. Someone that summons just hideous monstrosities.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So we've got regal, chaotic, bestiality, and abominations.
Yep.
I reckon we can get 2 more. If we scratch the bottom of our... Yeah, 6 feels like a good number.
6. Churchy, you got any thoughts in your big old brain over there?
Nah, I'm just letting you boys do this
Doesn't
one.
give a shit.
Ooh, what about someone that doesn't give a shit? That's a great idea, Church. Yeah. Yes. What about someone that there's the what do you call it? The breadth is limitless. Like you can have someone that can only summon
At nighttime.
It's brilliant. I'll be a little confusing, but it's like a daytime fight. And you're like, sorry, I got nothing.
It's like we would have booked this in about 6 hours.
Yeah. What are you doing in 2 hours from now? Having dinner? Yeah, me too, actually. You know what? Let's play a different game. Someone that can only summon like other mages.
Oh yeah.
Someone that can only
magics. Okay, like magics with a K.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, everything's better if you write it with a K.
Yeah, I know. Like you're right. You see magics with like a CK on the end, and you're like, it's legit.
Yeah, you know that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen, be it good or bad.
Yeah.
It's like those Facebook things where it's like, share this with your friends and you'll receive good luck for 3 hours.
Yeah. I've never shared one, but I've been incredibly unlucky in life, so
I mean,
it could be related,
facts.
Right?
At this point, it's facts.
Yeah.
I liked going the flip side of someone that brings up nobility or whatever, someone that can only really summon like peasants and hordes.
Yep.
Actually, someone that can only summon bring people back with the competence that of a zombie.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like not a fully animated
Yeah.
human thing.
Corpse.
Yes.
Corpse something. Corpse reanimation. That's 2 on the nose.
As he points to his nose with a pen. That's specifically on the nose.
On the nose.
Yeah, so like a corpse reviver.
Let's just
corpse maker.
Yeah. We're getting there. Let's just write corpse.
Yeah.
And I'll leave enough space to write something.
Yeah. Corpse, bring her back or
corpse. Corpseman.
Hello, corpseman. Raged. Yeah, cool. That's a good subset of. That's a good starting schools to pick from because that's the theme. But within those schools, you have maybe like kind of trees that you can increase your abilities as you progress, or tables or charts or whatever. Graphical things.
XP that you can spend.
Yeah, exactly. And it's you kind of just getting this pool of mana, and between games you choose, are you going to use that mana on increasing your abilities?
Yep.
Focusing that back into your disciplines.
Oh, disciplines.
Yeah.
So not schools, disciplines.
Yeah. Although I guess if you're at a good school, you learn discipline.
You can also learn discipline in jail.
Jails. These are your jails. Yeah. Or so mana into that, or mana into summoning more things for your upcoming battle.
Yeah.
So people over the course of a game may choose, I'm going to increase my power, play the long game. Some people might be like, I'm going to stomp you this game.
Yeah.
Potentially, or maybe they're two different things. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Don't even know, dude.
So what does the game look like?
Yeah.
On the table, we've got all those things you've written down.
Yeah. So before we get to the table,
Okay.
obviously you've got your necromancer. I imagine they'd all be pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
But then you pick your discipline.
Yeah, or school.
Whether you want to be a chaotic necromancer.
Yeah.
And just your summons are purely random. And then you build your warband from that.
Yep.
So would you roll on tables? That's the premise, right?
I think so. Well, especially for the chaotic one.
Yeah.
Definitely. I imagine like you start with a pool of mana. It's quite low.
Yeah.
And it gets refilled every end of turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Or end of game, sorry.
End of game, yep.
So it's like maybe you start with 50.
Yep.
And so you have generic things that maybe anyone can summon.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Or like maybe even a list of things. Like you imagine a couple of pages of different things you can summon.
Yep.
And then it has tags next to it of which classes can summon it.
Okay.
So like you might have an abomination there.
Yep.
And the tag is just the abomination one.
Yep.
You know? You
Yep.
might have some beasts there and it's like, well, this beast anyone can summon.
Yeah.
Or these beasts only the people from the bestiality school can summon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
So you can go through there on your turn and just be like, like pre-game and just be like, well,
Yep.
all these things with my tags are things I can summon.
Yep.
Either with my tag or the any tag, you know?
Yeah.
And you can use your 50 mana or whatever it looks like to do that.
Yep.
And then you can also use mana to give them maybe enhancements
Yep.
for just that battle.
Like a spell, like a buff.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
feel like there's buffs you can cast, you can keep in your pocket and cast during a game.
Yep. Like one's like a reaction based kind of thing.
Yeah, or like just sort of like, a limited time thing.
Yep.
Or there's ones you can build into them that they just have every game that they survive. So like that this one has been buffed up with this thing, and so it's constantly got an extra toughness.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Versus the cheaper spell
Yep.
that gives someone toughness for a turn
Yep.
or something when it gets targeted by a thing or whatever.
I like that.
So you got, Yeah.
Nice.
So you got buffs that are like baked into the list and
Yep.
then buffs that happen during a game.
How would you see the necromancer acting on the table?
Well, I actually wouldn't.
Ah.
So I don't think the necromancer or you per
Yeah.
se is on the table.
So this is like a game of like chess.
It's exactly like chess, man. Yeah. Some
see.
people are going to play this game and be like, I'm sorry, isn't this just chess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chess with extra steps, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would say chess lacks any theme. This is better than chess.
Wow.
This has a theme. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so they're the chess players essentially. They're like a shark. You know, the fin looks like a tail, really.
Sharks and tails.
Sharks do have tails. Yeah, I'm not debating that.
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't. I'm just a lowly necromancer here. Fight my people about it.
Well, fight mine.
And so
Sharks.
maybe that's sort of also that's terrifying. But I'm on land, so you're a little bit fucked, dude.
What if the sharks were in bubbles?
Tell me more about that.
Like giant.
Let's really dig into
Aquariums.
that. Okay. So you're summoning them back, building these giant aquariums for them. And how do they get to the battlefield from there? Can they only...
They're on like carts. Push them around.
Okay. So, all right. So let's imagine I'm a big homunculus
Yeah.
with a spear.
You could push like 3 of them, dude.
No, I'm fighting against it.
Oh, okay.
And so it's in a glass thing.
Yeah.
Do I just smash the glass and step back and wait for it to die again?
Good luck.
Thanks. Thanks. No, I
You gotta
genuinely
smash
mean
glass.
that.
It's gonna come out.
Yeah, it's not going to have much control. It's kind of got to go with the flow of the water. So I'm
but
thinking
could you outrun the water?
Well, I was just going to, with my
I don't
spear,
think so.
smash this. No, I can't outrun water.
Besides that, you'll be captured in the wonder of the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll smash the glass, and instead of getting out of the way
Hypnotized.
by the awe of the shark.
Yeah. Just the size of the scale of the shark.
Sharks don't have scales. They're not fish, bro.
Yeah, but their skin's dangerous to touch.
Isn't it really like smooth and probably the only safe thing about a shark is the skin?
Isn't that why divers wear gloves?
What do you mean? Isn't
'Cause,
that
like-
why divers wear gloves? Because of the skin of a shark.
Like, yeah, like if you touch it.
Shark skin's rough.
Exactly.
Mess you up.
Told you to.
So like, it's not like
You heard that
dolphin.
from a shark.
It's not like dolphin skin.
I don't know. Can you touch dolphins?
I've touched many dolphins.
I've never touched a dolphin.
Well, you're
They're
living.
jerks.
You don't know that. You've never touched one. Maybe if you paid a little more attention to the dolphins, they wouldn't be such jerks.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so I forget where I was at now. Oh yeah, so in the theme,
Yeah.
it's always good to circle back to the theme.
Yeah.
Maybe because we're all from the same cult, the necromantic cult that's done this to the world.
Yep.
Maybe these wars for us are like little chess games
Yeah. I like that.
where we're trying to make each other better
Yeah.
by fighting against each other and thus powering each other up and thus getting stronger.
Or just something to do when you're not.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone's
reading books.
dead.
Yeah.
So like, there's not much else.
Nah, not a lot's going on. There's no more markets.
Yeah. Is that what the necromancers were doing before the thing? Was just like visiting markets? Probably.
Well, I mean, maybe.
They have to get their Eye of Newt and rough shark
Exactly.
skin.
Where else are you going to get it from?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. I like that.
So these games are like war games to a necromancer.
That's full meta.
Necromantic war games. I love it.
Because I often imagine, I'm like, so imagine the apocalypse happens, right? As you have constantly imagined. You got your bug out bag literally right behind you. Looks kind of empty, so you're obviously quite
It is empty.
you're like quite hunkered in now that you've got a puppy dog and a pet. You're like, if the apocalypse comes, it's coming for me, and I'm here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
I own this house. I'm not bugging out.
the bank does. That's
Yeah,
why I paid off.
yeah. It's the bank's problem.
Yeah.
So electricity doesn't exist anymore for some reason. That always happens. The grids are out, generators don't work or something.
Hang on.
I'm just saying, what is there to do?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I often think, well, at least we're still...
Hang on. When did necromancers have electricity?
Hang on.
They got bored, so they invented it.
Yeah.
Imagine if Tesla was a necromancer.
I'll imagine it. Write that down. Yeah, I often think at least we have our miniatures. Like we could still play tabletop games to pass the days.
during the day.
Yeah, or at nighttime under candlelight.
That's quite romantic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not intended to be. That's kind of how life will happen at nighttime. I think candlelight will get less romantic.
Yeah, okay, because it's just light.
It's just nighttime.
Yeah,
It's like how this isn't very romantic to us.
no, it's quite bright actually.
It's very bright. It's hot.
It is hot in here.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I imagine they would do when it's basically everyone's dead and there's nothing to do. Is, hey, you want to summon some things and try and see if they can kill each other?
Yeah.
They're already dead.
Yeah.
Let's give them a second chance. I like it. Let's start with that.
Okay.
And actually do that. You
play
make a
this,
school.
right?
Yeah, you make a school.
Yeah.
I'll make a school. And we'll see which school is better, has higher grades.
The question is, how do we know how much everything costs in mana?
Oh, we'll just figure it out, dude.
Just wing it.
We'll just wing it. We'll get a core. We'll sit down. We'll do a core rules together, and we'll just say this is how combat actually looks. I'm a big fan of like minimal dice rolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like rolling dice.
Yeah.
That's got to be important. But I kind of like I roll to see how much damage I do.
Oh
Not
yeah.
if I do damage.
I like that. Like so, damage is almost it's like guaranteed.
If I'm in hand-to-hand combat with you,
Yeah. Someone's getting it.
someone's getting hurt. You're
Yeah.
getting hurt.
Yeah.
But how much?
I like that. And then once we've done that, we can post this in the newest channel in our Discord.
Oh yeah, great idea by the
The
way.
game development. It was not my idea.
Great idea by the way.
Vumu.
Vumu.
He hit me up. He's like, "What's the chances of a game development channel?" Just like say less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me like,
And
"What are
then-
the chances
what
of a
do you-
game
like, what do you reckon
development
about
channel?"
this?
I was like, "Say less, dude." And it's been going nuts since you made it.
Crazy.
I felt validated when I saw all these people just like posting, like, I've got all these different projects of games I'm actively working on. I'm like,
you're like,
I am
that's
normal.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool.
It's awesome to see too, because like Lockie in there from Wartide, so he's talking about some of his experiences.
Yeah.
Saying to these guys, you know, what to do, like rush it to a playtest stage.
Yeah.
Like do everything you can to get it to a playtest stage and then just play it.
Yeah.
You know, like don't like dwell on it, just play it.
That's why when we got to that thing that he said played in my mind, because I was like, this is a good spot to stop.
Yep.
And rush it to playtest before we go further down the line and have all these other grandiose
Build too much
ideas.
lore.
Yeah.
I think the last episode was Churchy creating lore for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, good work,
It was pretty awesome lore too.
We're going to need that for this, but first we're just going to do some playtesting. But yeah, it is very cool to see someone who has worked on a game for the better part of a decade that's now has a Kickstarter coming.
Yep.
Which we will somehow push to the masses.
Oh, they'll know about it.
Yeah, you'll know about
They'll know about it.
It's very cool to have like from Lockie all the way down to me, who's like written a bunch of, or has a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
And everything in between, people with their PDFs and all kind of stuff. Broheim just dropped some rules that people are hopefully going to get around and test. And
Yeah.
just watching how much work other people have done, it's been incredible. It's awesome.
Very awesome. Well, you can find our Discord on hobbyhomies.com. From there, you can find links to other stuff as well, like our Patreon, Facebook page, Instagram, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can reach out and maybe join the Discord and tell us about games you're developing. Share if you want playtesters. There's people keen to play.
Yeah. Don't steal our game. This is patent pending. Although it's very similar to Necropolis 28.
It's incredibly similar.
Yeah.
But it's different.
It's different enough. Yeah. And that's the goal.
Yep. Yeah.
Please play it. Jump in our Discord, like Shane said. And if you also enjoy listening to us, then you can jump on our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. How much is that a day? Like nothing.
Yeah, it's
basically free.
Basically free.
Basically free. And we won't beg for money.
No.
But if that's what it will take,
we'll do it.
Email us at hobbyhomies@gmail.com and just say, beg me. Beg me. And we'll do it. We'll do an episode on it. For $2, we'll do an episode. We got other tiers as well. You get some cool stuff, early access to episodes like this one.
Yep.
Imagine hearing this before all the other regular people that are easy to summon listen to this. You could be a royal.
You could be a regal.
A regal. In our eyes, you'll be a regal.
Absolutely. Massive shout out to our patrons. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. As always, we have our goats. Burnsy,
Get
Fire
goated.
Dinosaur, Gridlock, Axe Annex, MJ, Whack the Ewok, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We got our OG homies, not because they were the originals, but rather they've signed up to the tier OG homies, and they are Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hawkers, Penny, Aggro, Don Hua Don, Pure Blind, Primal Nerds, Jackson V, Big Roach. Actually, reading that list, that's a lot of them that are OG homies.
Yeah.
Actually have been here for years.
Yep.
So thank you all for your monetary. What's the sense of ear?
I have no idea
hearing?
what you're talking about. Hearing.
Thanks for your money. Thanks for your ears. And thanks for existing.
And watching. And we'll see you guys maybe at PAX next weekend.
Hey, legit. Yeah. This comes out on the weekend.
Yep.
So not the one that this episode comes out on.
Yeah.
One after that.
Yep.
We'll be at PAX.
Friday. We'll be there.
We'll see you there.
Hooroo.
Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red. Can't let that shit in my head, wargaming.